Hey guys, what is up? My name is Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little different because my camera is causing me a lot of problems. So we're filming on my phone because my camera's back there. It's in timeout. I filmed a bunch of stuff yesterday that is unusable. So we're starting over and we're gonna do it via my phone. So you've got a new angle, which is not the best angle. And we're just gonna go with it. So here is my September TBR. Okay, first and foremost, in September, I have two pre-orders that will be coming out that I would like to read in September. And the first one is Gideon the Ninth. And I can't remember the author's name because I'm a professional, but it comes out the 10th of September. I would like to read it when it comes out, so I'm trying to plan for that. There's also going to be the Contemporary-a-thon at the end of the month, so I have to keep that in mind. And I've got the second pre-order, which is Dark Dawn by J. Kristoff. I did order the UK edition since I'm still holding out hope that there will be reprints of the hardcover UK editions of Nevernight and Godsgrave. So I don't know when it'll show up because coming from the UK could take 5 days, it could take 3 weeks. I'm hoping it comes in September because October I've got a bunch of spooky and thriller reads lined up that I'd like to do, that I'd like to read. So, you know, I really want to read Dark Dawn so it doesn't get spoiled for me. So those are my two that I cannot show you right now as they will be coming to me in September. And let's get into the physical TBR that I have right now. Starting off the month, I will be continuing the buddy read-along hosted by Chelsea over at Chelsea Darling Reads, Jane over at It's Jane Lindsay, Melanie over at Mel to the Any, and Madeline over at Novel Inc. And this month it is Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray. This is the second in the Diviners series. It's a thicker book. I believe it's even longer than the Diviners and 7-day read-along. If you read the Diviners, I'm sure you're moving into this one as well. I'll be reading that from September 1st, so in 2 days through the 7th. And I don't remember when their live show is, but I'll have all the information linked below. You can check it out if you want to join in. So this will definitely get read in September. The second book that I can definitely promise will get read in September is Strange Grace by Tessa Gretton. I am buddy reading this with my booktube bestie Lacey over at Lacey D. Bell. I'll have her link down below. I got this book a long time ago. Chelsea sent it to me because she did not love it very much, but I know that Julie from Pages and Pens did love it, and I did see both ends of the spectrum elsewhere. But it's about witches, and it is about like a pact that was made with the devil years before, and I think that the devil thing is no longer, the demon thing is no longer appeased. So it's a story about that adventure. So buddy reading this with Lacey, we are starting it on Monday, so I will definitely have this read as well in September. Now, the next 3 books are books I'd like to get to, but I'm not guaranteeing it because I'm going pretty heavy on the thick fantasies this month. And I'm kind of feeling lately that I'm very let down by YA fantasy, and if this keeps up, it's definitely something that I will probably stray away from more and more. But I get like sucked into the hype, and some storylines really get me. So let's start with a sequel that I expect to really enjoy because I did really like the first one, and that's Archenemies by Marissa Meyer. I enjoyed Renegades a lot. I read it super fast, and it was the kind of story that I gave 4 stars when I was done with it, but then I kept thinking about it, and it's definitely a 4.5, 5 star for me. It is YA, it reads YA, but I really loved it. It's like I guess you could call it sci-fi fantasy. It's about superheroes, both villainous superheroes and like the good guy superheroes. And the main character, Nova, is technically a villain superhero, but she gets put into, what's the word I'm looking for? Not like a spy, but she goes and she becomes part of the good superheroes with ulterior motives. But the longer she's with them, the more she's like on the fence about everything she's come to believe in her life. This is the sequel to that, so we carry on from the cliffhanger that was Renegades. I don't know why I haven't read this yet. This came out in November of 2018, and Supernova, the finale, comes out in November of this year, so this is a high hopes to get to in September. And I'm really looking forward to it. I expect this to be a 4 or a 5 star. Now the next two are ones that I keep bringing up, but I haven't gotten to yet, and I hope that I can at least get to one of them this month. So we'll go with the one that I'm more expectant to love and one that I fashioned my eye makeup look off of. I think I might start doing that for my TBR videos, kind of pick one of the more fun covers of my TBR and try and recreate a makeup look. I love all the game show TBRs, and in the beginning of the year I used to have my kids and my husband pick a book off my TBR cart, but that ended up making it so that I had all these books in my TBR that I didn't truly care to read. So I kind of nixed that, and then with all the readathons. So I don't know, I'm trying to think of something new and exciting to do my TBRs, and I think that could be a fun one, to do more of like a chatty get ready with me TBR edition and do my makeup to match a cover. So with all that said, Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is a book that is a Korean retelling, an urban fantasy that takes place in Seoul, Korea, about a girl who is the nine-tailed fox. It's an old folklore story of a fox that has to consume men in order to thrive, and she is that fox. I'm really looking forward to it. I put it on my Newts TBR initially, but then I kind of like ran out of time and desire to read it because I read a few YA fantasies. You'll see in my wrap-up, wasn't a great month for me in terms of YA fantasy. So I didn't want to throw this in on the tail of those and have it continue and like be kind of in like the down slump for YA fantasy. I don't know what's wrong, if it was just my headspace this month, but we'll see what happens. I would really like to get to this. And if not that, then Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. This is a Project Runway meets Mulan, I guess, type retelling, where a girl who is a good seamstress hides herself as a man to go into a competition for the royal emperor who needs a new tailor, but only men can join this competition. So she disguises herself as a man and she enters the competition to become the royal emperor's tailor. A lot of flack is, I feel like I've seen a lot of flack for the trope of the woman becomes a man to do something that she wasn't allowed to do as a woman. It's coming up a lot in fantasy lately, and I want to know how I feel about it because I do have 2 books on my TBR cart, this included, that have that kind of concept behind it, but I haven't read either of them. So I'd like to get to it, see how I feel about it. This looks a little thicker than it actually is. The font's pretty big, so I don't know. If I can get to it, I will. But my Contemporary-a-thon TBR will be posted later in the month, and it has, I think, 6 or 7 books on it. So with the 5 that I've mentioned and the 2 pre-orders, I've already pretty much packed my whole month up, and I don't think that I'll get to all of these. So these 3 are the ones that I can basically guarantee that I will get to. Are they all upside down? Wow. Ooh. These 3 are pretty much the ones that I can guarantee that I will get to. And if I'm awesome, this, and then my 2 pre-orders, depending on when Dark Dawn arrives to me. So I don't know. That's a lot on my plate, but I should be able to finish. Right now I'm reading The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, and I'm almost done with it. I've got maybe 150 pages left of a 650 page book. So if I get that finished, then we'll start September off beautifully. But that's it. That's my TBR for September. Let me know if you've read any of these books before. Let me know if any are on your TBR and what you think you're going to rate them. Other than that, if you're partaking in the Contemporary-a-thon also, whoa! I wonder if that slowly dipped back the whole time I was filming, because it's still going, isn't it? I'm just having so many struggles with filming lately. In any case, That's it for me. This is a mess. Oh my god. Like if you like this video, subscribe if you're new here and would like to see more content from me. I post all my social media links down below. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Goodreads. I leave all of my links to Book of the Month Club, just the regular. You get a free book if you sign up, and I get a free book if you sign up. I'm also a Book of the Month YA affiliate, so you can join Book of the Month YA at a discount for $9.99 instead of $14.99, and I get a small commission off that. Otherwise, guys, that's it for me. I hope you guys had an awesome August and that your reading plans for September are ace, and I will see you in the next one.